Hey everybody, Tony Johnson here, Customer Experience Leader. It is 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's time for the Great Service Comeback. So today I want to talk about priorities. I was talking to a leader in an organization I've been working with, and he was going back and forth and a little wishy-washy around some of the values and principles and priorities. And it really hit me that setting priorities and setting values and vision is a very important thing when it comes to getting your team on board. And the reason all of this matters is because when you can mobilize your frontline associates, your leadership team, in fact, your whole organization, large or small, it is a great way to make sure that you are building towards sales growth and consistency and customer trust. So I've got three things I want to share with you today. The first is when it comes to setting vision and priorities, you can't have 100. You can't have 100 priorities. If you've ever woken up on a Monday morning and all the emails started rolling in for the week, and all of a sudden you started doing the math and realized you had 500 things that were the most important thing this week, those aren't priorities. Priorities are four, maybe three things that you really want to tackle. So you've got to make sure that you crystallize your thinking. What's going to bring the best value? How can you connect your team and your organization to the customers you serve? And what really furthers your purpose? What is those vision? What are those values? What matters to you? And again, how will you make sure that you have crystallized them down into the most important things that you have to offer? The second one, your values, your vision, your priorities, they have to be easy to understand. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that there are a lot of smart people out there. I know people love to show off with using all the very best corporate words of the week, but it matters most to make sure that you have language that resonates with your team. So depending on what part of the organization you're talking to, depending on what matters to them, depending on how you want to frame up the conversation, you have to make sure that you're using language and tying it back to real behaviors, tying it back to real principles, tying back to real things, because buzzwords, they never serve the customer. So make sure that people can easily understand what your priorities are. And I know you're going to hear people that say, it should fit on a postage stamp, but I don't know you have to go that far. But make sure, again, that everybody can understand them very easily. And then the third piece, you have to make sure that your priorities bring value. You have to make sure that your priorities are a part of your larger mission, that they tie back to what you're trying to deliver. So, priorities around safety should never be washed aside. Always make sure safety is inside of your most important priorities. Making sure that quality is a part of your priority system. Making sure that hospitality and great service are a part of your priority system. And then finally, this idea of ease and simplicity, those should absolutely be baked in as well. But all of this goes to say that when you take the time to have a strategy, to have priorities that all tie back to what you're trying to accomplish, the true winners out there are first and foremost going to be your team, your employees, because they're going to understand what's going on and they're going to be able to execute your vision. Because if you can't communicate your vision and you can't tie it back to what you need your team doing every day, I'm not sure you have much of a prayer of executing it. So make sure you're doing that. And the other thing is, it is going to make customers want to come back again and again because they know that you have things buckled down. You know that you have a team that's going to deliver for them at the moment of truth and on the front lines. And when they call into your organization or do business with you, it's not going to matter what part of the organization they're dealing with. It could be sales, could be marketing, it could be operations, it could be home office, but everyone is going to be completely tied in on what's going on. So this idea of priorities that are well communicated can also have an unintended amazing consequence, and that is busting down silos. And if you've ever spent any time in a large organization, you know that silos and egos and priorities, it can all get sort of in competition for each other. And unfortunately, customers never win when internal politics tend to trump external execution. So remember, keep your priorities simple, communicate them well and with language everyone can understand and really embrace, and make sure that you are embedding what matters most inside of your core priorities. So that's our Thursday mission. That's gonna wrap up our week. But remember, if you need more, if you want to talk more, visit my website at igniteyourservice.com/comeback, or even dial up my book, Together We Serve, on Amazon. We've got it on ebook, got it on print book. You can get a format that will absolutely work for you. But until next time, I'm Tony Johnson, your customer experience leader, reminding you to keep your customers at the center of everything you do. And please like and share and subscribe so that you never miss a video. I will see you on Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a great weekend, everybody.